wondered how arithmetic and geometry are related? Start with 12 by 13. For 12, draw one line followed by two lines, and for 13, do the same thing in the opposite direction. Now count the number of vertically aligned intersections. We have 1 on the left, 5 in the middle, and 6 on the right, meaning 12 multiplied by 13 is 156. But the magic is just getting started. Rotate by 90 degrees to get 31 by 12 is equal to 372. Rotate again to get 21 by 31 is equal to 651. Rotate once more and we get 13 by 21 is equal to 273. We can even flip this diagram in 3 dimensions to get the mirror images. What a beautiful connection.
I'm going round.
Flip this diagram in 3 dimensions to get the mirror images. What a beautiful connection.
From planet funding that starts with a recompensation to a global 7, G7. 3. Debt limits can be set now, but it sets
I give you paper.
at 1. First, from the estimations of private capital mobilization, and that result to 2, to start from a random key, e.g. a prophetic vision 2020 is very different to a recompensation because of graffiti.
Na perna esquerda, ele está parado! Sai!
You notice that it goes on. 3. Area 1 command exists now online because of the minute establishment. So this all you can see. But this got to mobilize. Them go feel it. Them go run it down. Them go hold it. Them go. From there, let me put the deputy to you on a stream audio.
Under this president, we launched the largest adult vaccination program in U.S. history, with over 270 million Americans receiving at least one shot of COVID-19 vaccine. And as you all know, our efforts have not been limited to the United States alone. Our government has been the largest single donor of vaccines, having shared nearly 700 million doses with 117 countries around the world. Since January 20th, 2021, COVID-19 deaths have declined by 95%. New COVID-19 hospitalizations are down nearly 90%, and COVID-19 deaths globally are at their lowest levels. But I want to be clear, this administration takes the threat of
this had brought loot and suggests superb a little bit more than S5
Money.
capital and revenue and distributors of state services. I think this one is what I am rightly giving to you at a compensation. For example, the 3.
Building the revenue.
What is revenue? What is capital? And what is a state service dispensation by an altar right here, prosecution this Friday, by a table of what sorts, how you can be fed on Fridays like this. There are distance shores regions you can see on the map. Areas dotted here and there for strategic issues more than within 10 continents. So, we were calling ourselves the first 7 days of the crossover. We see stories of Israel and Palestine talking bullshit, and we have to believe that we actually cannot be moved or stopped by unnecessary issues. You can see that we are full with mathematics and looking at the globe, weather, climate, looking at majority and how to reach the people to economize and scheme and achieve more. You actually have a say to say if you're not confident or comfortable rather with what we have on there. That's why we move here quickly. Let's say from this area, you can see that we cut all our statements short a little bit, but we have here 1 Corinthians 15:33. Then that we have from the First Republic to the Fifth Republic actually been able to see this last 24 hours, 33 weeks left in 2023. And we are in the 19th week and we have to skip ahead. It said, do not be misled. Bad companies corrupt good characters. We have been projecting good character, but there's a bad company that we have to do away with. A company. Remember in 1914, down to 2014, before the Centenary Bill, in the Central Bank of the mainland, you see, a company was ruling the North and South Protectorate. There are two different companies. But now we have 3 companies since April 17th, 2023, which will have the 3 banks partitioned. Skimpily, we are then moving to 3 companies, and then Chema had been able to dissolve the East Company and focus on the Southeast Company. You see her? Not her. She's actually working with Mark Zuckerberg.
One of the challenges for distributed work is how to bring people together to interact in a shared space. What if you could collaborate with colleagues? All right, so our team developed the first speech-to-speech AI translation system that works for languages that are only spoken and not written, like Hokkien. Pengzhen, who's one of the researchers on this project, is here to give us a demo.
你好 ，Mark。你敢知影咱的团队打造第一个支持口语语言的翻译系统？
Hi Mark, do you know that our team created the first translation system to support a spoken language?
Yeah, this is great. Hokkien is spoken by millions of people, but since there's no standard writing system, that makes it pretty challenging to build a translation system like this.
这实在是真赞，有数百万人讲福建话，但是并无一个标准的书写系统，这个打造翻译系统变甲真困难。
无毋对，伫我细汉的时阵，伫学校无咧教福建话，伊是透过口语一代一代传落来的。
That's right. Hokkien was not taught in schools when I was a kid, and it is passed down orally from generation to generation.
Do you speak it with your kids?
你敢有对你的囡仔讲？
有啊，佮我的爸母。
Yes, and my parents.
Well, thanks to your research, now we can all understand it too.
On that area, Africa has become a continent that the global citizens are allowed constitutionally to participate in its growth because not Africans alone can do. America at the time between November 27, 28, 2022 was moved. That they were towards the weekend before I started just like this. They were moved to bring the ambition of Joe Biden in. So he allocated some $5 billion and set the 75 groups, some Egypt's 80 adults who are both 75 years of age, that they should actually bring all of his administration and say Africa for America at exactly 14, 15, 16 December 2022, that they should have this G20 members of Africa, and it was working. Do not be misled by all of them. They are all bad companies that corrupt this good character. Let's move straight here. At this point, let's zoom ahead to the prophetic vision 2020. You will note here that Jeremiah was killed. So definitely there is a reason why those bad characters corrupt this good company because they will actually kill it at the skimping aspect. Let's move straight ahead that we are foreseeing the Vision 2020 as a target where there's an economized bill, and I suffer so much for this. In it, I got training, I own a lot of state, wealth, and properties, but yeah, Psalm 101 verses 7, I spoke a lot at length. Yeah, he said that, don't forget what the doctor said, that she had actually spoke of COVID vaccine, and I've already put out there 2.6 trillion to actually through the World Health Organizations to project more. Even Israel of old had got the fourth jab, and none of African states have got the third jab, the fourth jab, not even on mainland. Even when Boston Super is still a Secretary General in control of such, he had not been able to achieve the third jab. That's what kept the seats shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. Meaning, those that come with bad company cannot dispatch the character, acting people rights. They will have the wrong culture, wrong education, and wrong political science. From here, I hand over to them. As I used to do. Have you noticed this beautiful consort walking towards me? Did you notice this soldier?
Soar over new frontiers.
Have you noticed that Mar-a-Lagos is coming to overtake Lagos anytime from now?
That's my house. We call it my house. Unbelievable.
Hey, it's a babe. Check him out.
That's my house. We call it my house. Unbelievable.
At this point, you see what he had in his own Mar-a-Lago estate. What actually defends us is to actually
Na perna esquerda, ele Tafarel! Sai!
dodge them like this.
Na perna esquerda.
They are of bad company. I and Elon Musk. We're at it. It's set on. We are going for a space traveling to the orbit. But he and Choma are not in good company because of our move. But don't forget what Janet had done. She's the head of Treasury for the Global 7, starting from this very probably 7th day of May, Sunday, beginning of the 19th week. We saw going tours on Thursday in Japan with a token compensation to actually give herself up for a 40 to 50 minutes that she might be able to in Japan time on altitude till date. We see have Aiko. She's growing up, and I know she is so much in passion of this movement, and we are looking at how we can still afford this big vehicle. Yes, we will get to it. Find a cup of water. Remember the first lady. She's still out there, and we'll talk a bit. And she has vision and passion, and she's needing 1 billion right away. I hope we can understand the capacity of what we need to move. I still encourage the G7, G7 to not to lose faith in the prophetic vision 2020. They relocate Area Command 1 online into a Royal University of Polytechnics for Yaba and of Yaba Council. And I believe that it's more or less setting levels up that I could pass through a permeable membrane called state CID. that works side by side with the governor of Lagos, whichever one that can survive my moves. And then at this junction, make sure this cup of water is that one that can actually be so clean that project a good character. It actually doesn't pollute your mind to make you suspect the evil companies. Their water will not do you good. Our water comes within the spring, and this is where we stand.
I love you.